What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to the Diablo Research Institution. I am your host, Professor Isaac. Appreciate you guys coming by. Like the video if you haven't yet. Hit the thumbs up button. And have some compassion for the Ice Boy. Some of you guys don't know this, but I hurt my arm working out. I ripped a tendon off the freaking bone. So I got surgery. And I'm going to be in this little sling for the next 5 weeks. Alright? Pray for a swift and full recovery, if you will. And like the damn video, if you will. You know what I mean? Because I'm in a bit of a predicament right now. And because of this, I actually have to resort to using the controller. And this is the first time I've ever used a controller playing Diablo. But I will say it's actually not that bad. In fact, I will go as far as to say that it actually has some benefits. Alright? One of which is, check this out. You have all sorts of maneuverability with a controller. Like, you can dodge stuff much more effectively. And this might be part of what is going on with Diablo 4. Because apparently with D4 there's a dodge mechanic. In which case, if you're using a controller and you have a dodge mechanic, from my evaluations thus far, you will actually be at an advantage in that regard over using a mouse with a dodge mechanic, alright? Now, that's not to say that's what I'm going to do, because I do like using the mouse and keyboard for Diablo. But it's really not that bad. It's actually pretty nice. But there are some builds and classes that probably won't work very well with it. Like casters, for example. But in this case, I am a summon necro. And check this out, here's another thing. It changes the interface up a little bit. So it has an auto... it's like an auto arrange button. Check this out. You hold it, mine's already auto-arranged. You hold the right joystick, and it auto-arranges things. Same with your inventory. And it continually reloads your belt with whatever potions you have in your inventory. So you don't find yourself with an empty belt with a bunch of potions in your inventory that you have to then allocate back to your belt. But yeah, so just a few perks with the controller, really. Now, this is my Necromancer by the name of Necrao, level 24, and this is a hardcore character. Some of you guys have seen me live stream with this guy. Most of the gameplay, 1 through 24 with this guy, has been via live streaming, and it's been a damn good time. And thank you to my channel members and patrons for making the live streams possible. Links in the description below if you want to support the Iceman as well. So let's see how well this guy can handle the Chaos Sanctuary. I just got to the Chaos Sanctuary, and I haven't yet attempted to murder Diablo. I finally put a point into Decrepify, which I'm going to use on the bosses. And here's my summoning. Level 6, Raised Skeleton, only 30 to 31 damage, so not all that impressive. But I have been investing in Skeleton Mastery, and I have 1 point into Clay Golem. But on Switch, I have some plus Clay Golem gear, so that's been quite useful. My gear really sucks. I have this little one, but on Switch, I have a Clay Golem buff. And my shield has +2 on the Switch, so I have +5 Clay Golem on Switch. So 2 to Skeleton Mastery on this wand. Cute little gloves that I found from Normal and Dariel, I believe. Ormus actually gave me a good ring. Some nice replenish, and some decent cold res, and even some PDR and damage reduction. Quite nice. A plain belt. Cute little ring, piece of junk. Rare boots, style points. Pretty useless preserved head outside of the 2 to corpse explosion, which I have been utilizing. 7 energy amulet. This thing, and this thing. Now the mercenary. Here's the interesting part. The Iron Wolf Act 3 Mercenary, now in Diablo 2 Resurrected, has a few additional skills that they utilize. For example, this one has Fireball, which is level 6, 81 to 109 damage, and, most notably, for this build, Enchant, 11 to 15 fire damage, 192 seconds of duration, and he's level 24. So what's interesting is he actually enchants all your minions. Now, I don't know how often he does this, but he does it quite frequently. So you can apply that damage to your skeletons. And I actually found Steel Clash, one of the few uniques that I found. And this as well from Duriel, I believe. Put a cold damage thing in the helm, which he doesn't utilize, but my Act 2 one will shortly. And this crappy sword. Now, what's really interesting is I actually found a good Act 2 mercenary weapon that I want to compare for the Research Institution. Blood Thief. I just found this thing in the Plains of Despair. Right after killing Izual. Alright, not all that impressive damage, but it has an okay attack speed for an Act 2 mercenary. 10 life leech, which is big. And 35% chance of open wounds, which is pretty big at early levels. So I think this might actually outdo my Act 3 mercenary who's buffing all my minions. But let's see how well it compares. So we'll see if he enchants any of my hombres. So far, no enchant. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Enchant him. He doesn't want to enchant, does he? I think it's not until you engage in battle where they might start enchanting. Let's see what he does. See, he enchanted me, which is damn useless. I think he enchanted a homie. There you go. Enchanted the golem. So see that he starts to enchant things. It'd be nice if they had a better AI. Let's see how well this fares now. So I'll cast a Crepify. A few C's here and there. My speculation is that the Act 2 mercenary might start faring better. Especially with that Blood Thief weapon. For a few reasons. One of which is, this is hell, okay? Not hell difficulty, this is normal. But we're in hell, we're in the Chaos Sanctuary. We're very close to Satan. And as you can see here, there's lava and shit all over the place. So in which case, there's a lot of fire-resistant enemies. And this guy, that's all he does is fire. You see this? He's not doing much damage. He does some damage, but he's not doing much damage. And in addition to that, of course, enchant is all fire damage. So they're going to be resisting that as well. Same thing with Nightmare in Hell, of course. They're going to be resisting fire like freaking toads. So my speculation is that the Act 2 mercenary might actually fare better. But let's see how well they do it. Let's see how well it... In fact, maybe I'll rush. I'll rush to the Chaos Sanctuary. Probably should have just rushed before the damn video. Appreciate you guys for coming by, though. Have some frickin' sympathy for the ice boy. Look at that arm's all slung up. So like the video if you will. Hit the thumbs up button. Appreciate you guys coming by. And I do have a little thing on the corner of the screen. The Research Institution, other videos. Don't you worry. This thing will be off in 5 weeks or so. Alright? In 5 weeks or so, I'll be going to rehabilitation and working out that little pectoral thing. I ripped off that damn tendon doing bench press, but that's fine. Lesson learned, you know? Never doing that again. Going to push-ups. Some nice old school stuff. I should have done that years ago. Bench press is, I don't think it's a good idea. And I've known this for a long time. But, all that weight on that little tiny tendon, not a good idea. But yeah, fortunately, this controller, this is inspiring. All right, this is insightful. And this is definitely noted in the Research Institution that the controller has some valuability to it. One of you guys said in my comment section while I was live streaming, or you said in the chat, how you actually use both. You'll use the mouse at your computer, but then when you want to chillax in bed or whatever, maybe on your Nintendo Switch, I take it, you'll use the controller. Gee, fricking whiz. Okay, I'm out of mana. So, I think what I'm going to do... Alright, finally the Chaos Sanctuary. But not bad, I've made it. I've made it. This is hard... see, because they are doing more damage, of course, the skeletons. With the enchant on them. I'm out of mana, though. This isn't even fair. Not even a fair comparison. Alright, so I'm going to go to Act 2. I'm going to hire an Act 2 mercenary. And let's see how well he fares. I'm going to pop this thing on him right here. It'll be very nice. Let's see how well he fares against this guy, right? Then I'm going to enter the portal and we'll see what happens. And I'll resurrect a couple skellies before I go in there. Welcome back to the Research Institution. So I have the mercenary now hired. Here is the Blood Thief. 46 to 99 damage, but he's going to be attacking pretty fast, I think. 56 to all res. He utilizes Jab and has the Blessed Aim aura. That'll be nice with my minions as well. And he has some cold damage, fortunately. So he's going to slow down the enemies, which is going to be a great synergy to go along with my Clay Golem and Decrepify. Both of which slow as well, of course. And Dark Glow. It'd be nice to max out his res so I can utilize that max res attribute here, but we'll see if I can do that. Alright, so let's see how well this compares. Don't really know what to expect. Oh my god. Did I already lose 2 skeletons? Oh! Oh, jeez! Oh, he's dead! Oh my god! Okay. The mercenary is dead. We'll have to note that in the research. Damn! Are you kidding me? How did he die so fast? Okay, let's go the Iron Golem, or Clay Golem. Things are not looking good. Oh my god. Okay, let me do this. Let me try this again. Maybe I was just unlucky. Maybe that was just bad luck. I thought he was going to be better than that. That's a pretty big deal. Come on, buddy. Yeah, that guy's thick. That guy can take a lot of damage. Alright. I survived. Let's check out this wand. 3 to life tap. I actually might want to hold on to that just in case if I need it. A bit concerning. I think his downfall was his res. He was getting obliterated. Here we go. Here we go. He's actually killing shit. Golem is not surviving well. The mercenary is actually killing stuff. But yeah, I might have been better off with a fire. There we go. There we go. He's killing a little faster. Oh, jeez! Oh my god! Okay. He got completely obliterated once again. This is good. This is okay. I was hoping for better, and I'm actually quite disappointed, but this is for research purposes. So I think I'm going to do one more run like this, and I'm going to try, then, the, I guess I'll try the Act 2 the Act 3 Mercenary once again. Because, to my surprise, that was actually working out better. I mean, he's not a bad level. Level 23. 10 all res on the armor. Just damage of the helm, basically. This might be his downfall. I might need a better helm for this guy. Not a bad weapon. That's definitely not where the shortcomings are. He seems to be doing quite alright. See how quickly he can kill stuff. Yeah, this is BS. The controller, you can't really, it's hard to control your CE. It's still manageable. And if you're just spamming the hell out of it, it's not a big deal. But the problem is, I don't have a ton of mana to utilize right now. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Research purposes. Come on. Let's see what you can do. Oh, and he does shatter occasionally because of the cold. Look at him go. That's not half bad. That ain't half bad right there. But yeah, were they doing... was I actually killing faster with the skellies? I'm not sure. I mean, jeez, he's actually obliterating. Okay, that's fine. But which one do you guys think I should utilize more? This Act 3 Mercenary or the Act 2? Here he goes all by himself, going gaunt. He's going gaunt. He's ego-driven a bit. Just like how what Ice Boy was when I was slamming that weight on the bench press. A bit ego-driven. Unfortunately, I cannot be resurrected without the help of the Creator. Thank you for your prayers, though. Your prayers and that I get a swift, full recovery. Speaking of the Creators, thank you guys for your prayers. I do request more now, so thank you for your support. Whoa, okay. This is hardcore. I think... Did I mention that? Don't get ahead of yourself. This is hardcore. Furthest I've ever made in hardcore. Level 24. Oh, I've made it further than that. I think I've gotten a Jabazon to level 76 or something. And I was just scared to keep playing. I just didn't want to die. So what I did is I just quit. You know, smart. I quit when I was ahead, so never really died. And there she sits. That was a while back, but yeah. So I never died with her though. Yep, still alive somewhere. Okay, but this is a bit... Maybe what I'll do now... I'm not going to touch that shrine. Okay. I'm going to switch one more time now. I'm going to go get the Act 3 Mercenary. And we'll see how my minions fare, alright? From here on out. Alright, here we is. Here we is back to the Chaos Sanctuary. This is a bit unfair because I did level up after all. I utilized the skill point that I attained. And I put it into Skeleton Mastery. So let's see how they fare. I see he is casting Enchant. Something about it that seems a bit safer. I don't know. I mean, he's definitely better at surviving, this guy. I'm actually quite surprised because I don't recall the Iron Wolves ever being worth a damn. But yeah, that was discouraging. My Act 2 homie was getting that little tail swatted. Badly. You guys saw it firsthand. How many times did I resurrect him? In like 3 minutes? A lot of these are enchanted now. Oh, that was a mistake. But even with that, we still survive. Not that this is a bad seal. A challenging one. Alright, let's get that clay golem up. See if we have a corpse to pop. Come on. Come on. There goes the golem again. Can you do it? There goes one. Let's pop a corpse. Summon the golem. Was that an amulet? Alright, amulet, jewel. Quad Nas. Let's see what those are. Alright, so I actually was able to achieve the seal. But I'm curious, which one do you think so far is faring better? This is kind of a tough comparison. Which one do you think is better? This Iron Wolf guy? Or the Act 2 one with the Blood Thief weapon? It's kind of tough, man. Okay. Okay, that went just fine. Look at that fireball. That seal kind of kicked my ass. Now here's the problem. We are about to face Lord de Sace. Or perhaps better known as Nacho Libre. So, and they're like highly fire resistant, aren't they? Yep, so we're about to see how that's gonna fare. Just a little scared. Little scared of Nacho Libre. Let's see how well we go against Nacho Libre. That decrepifies epic. Pop him. Pop him. Get that golem out. I have to switch over to my pre-buffer golem. Come on. Get the things. Get the magic things. You can do it. Get the magic things. Get the soy boys, the mages. Yeah, this is a bit of a pain in the tail. This is tough. I don't know. What do you think is a better combo? Which mercenary? I'm about to get my tail swatted here. This is going to be a bit challenging. I'm going to bail if I have to. Problem is, I can't save and exit all that fast with the controller. I got to practice. All right. Yeah, I can't save. Oh gosh. Come on. Out of mana. Out of mana. Dumbass. There we go. Nope, get your... Oh, you're out of mana. You're definitely out of mana. See, I'm popping the corpses that are too close to me. Alright. Alright. Nacho Libre going down. Okay. Alright, that was impressive, I would say. If I have to judge this content, I would say that was quite impressive. But I know that should be left up to you guys. But that is my assessment, which I think counts for a lot. I am a Diablo content creator after all. So I think that my judgment actually counts for a lot. It counts for a lot of votes. And that was impressive. Quite objectively so. Take down that Nacho Libre, no problem. Okay, now Satan. Ooh. Ith rune. As for Satan, of course I shouldn't get ahead of myself. We still have this big homie down here, who, for whatever reason, I never really fear as much as I do Nacho Libre. Alright, we will fight. We will go after this homie. Thank you for joining me on this spiritual journey. Appreciate you guys. I guess this video is a bit longer than usual, but it'll have to suffice. Come on, you can do it. Yep, mana. Mana's a big deal in this game. Go get some mana. I'm gonna go get some mana. So, I think the strategy for Diablo, to my understanding, is going to be a bit different than what I'm doing right now. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no, that's not good. That's not... Get out of here. This is hardcore. Get out of here. I think for Diablo, I want to use Iron Maiden and Clay Golem just constantly, I think is how you do it. But I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to give that a try.
I can't use this yet.
Alright, 4 skellies. This is actually going to be a challenge. Yeah, fighting Diablo, I think, is going to be a bit of a problem. Doesn't make any sense. Getting your ass handed to you. See if I can kill one. Come on. Come on, is there a corpse?
I can't use this yet.
Is there a corpse?
I can't use this yet. I can't use this yet.
Nope. Relying on the mercenary.
I can't use this yet. I can't use this yet.
Relying on the mercenary.
I can't use this yet. I can't use this yet.
Where's the big guy?
I can't use this yet.
Where's the big guy?
Use this yet.
Actually, not doing bad.
I can't use
Not bad. Out of mana again. A whole swarm of them over there. I might have to make this into another video, because this is getting pretty damn long. And I was not intending on this video being this long, so... Alright, here's what I'll do. I'm going to end the video right now, and I will make another one for the Diablo quest, alright? Thank you guys for coming by. Appreciate it. Like the video if you will, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace be with you.